In the heart of Minnesota, on June 7th, 1958, a star was born. A star not in a literal sense, like those that twinkle in the night sky, but a star of a different kind. A star that would shine on stages worldwide, captivating millions with his unique blend of music and style. This star bore the name Prince Rogers Nelson. Born to a pair of jazz musicians, Prince's life was steeped in music from the start. His father, John Lewis Nelson, played piano in a jazz band, while his mother, Mattie Della, was the band's singer. As a child, Prince was surrounded by the sweet melodies and harmonious rhythms that would shape him into the musical genius we came to know and love. The echoes of jazz notes filled Prince's early years, sowing the seeds of a passion that would lead him to become a global icon. Little did they know, their son would soon become a global icon. Prince's love for music bloomed early, a seed planted by his parents. Born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Prince Rogers Nelson was the son of a jazz singer mother and a pianist and songwriter father. These two musical souls embedded the love of music deep within Prince's DNA. Prince's childhood was far from perfect. The harmony in his home was disrupted when his parents divorced, leaving him to oscillate between two households. Despite the tumultuous nature of his early life, music remained a constant refuge for Prince. It was in these moments of solitude that he found his rhythm and began his journey to stardom. At the tender age of 7, Prince taught himself to play the piano. He was drawn to the keys, fascinated by the melodies he could create with a simple press of the fingers. The piano was his first love, but certainly not his last. When Prince turned 13, he discovered the guitar. This new instrument opened up a whole new world of musical possibilities for him. He spent countless hours mastering the guitar, infusing his soul into every strum and every chord. His passion for the guitar was evident in the way he played, as if each string were an extension of his own heartbeat. Just a year later, at 14, Prince added another instrument to his repertoire: the drums. The rhythm and beats of the drums resonated with his spirit. The drums allowed Prince to express his emotions in a raw, powerful way, adding the perfect punctuation to his musical sentences. In these early years, Prince was not just learning to play instruments. He was learning to speak the language of music, a language that transcended boundaries and touched hearts. His journey was not just about mastering the piano, guitar and drums. It was about finding his voice, his style and his identity in the world of music. This musical prodigy was just getting started. His early love for music was the foundation upon which he built an illustrious career, a career that would change the face of music forever. As a teenager, Prince was more than just a student. He was already on his way to becoming a musical prodigy. While the classrooms of Minneapolis Central High School were his battleground for the pursuit of conventional education, the real lessons were learned outside those walls. In the mid-70s, a band of high school friends led by Prince emerged. They called themselves Grand Central. This was Prince's first real foray into the music world, and it was here that he began to polish his raw talent. Grand Central was not just a band. It was a platform for Prince to experiment with his musical prowess, to push boundaries and to find his unique sound. Prince was not just the frontman of Grand Central. He was its heart and soul. He played almost every instrument, wrote most of the songs, and even managed the band. His dedication and passion for music were infectious, inspiring his bandmates to strive for greatness. At 17, Prince took a leap of faith and recorded his first demo. This was a pivotal moment in his life. He wasn't just a high school student anymore, he was an artist, a musician. His demo was raw and unpolished, but it was undeniably Prince. It was a testament to his talent and his potential. It was a glimpse into the future of music. The demo caught the attention of industry insiders. They saw in Prince what we all would come to see: a prodigy, a visionary. His bold, eclectic sound was unlike anything they had heard before. It was fresh, it was different, it was exciting. Prince was no longer just a teenager from Minneapolis. He was a musician on the brink of stardom. His journey was just beginning, and the world was starting to take notice. He was about to step into the limelight to take the music world by storm. And he was ready. A record deal was just around the corner. At 19, Prince took his first steps towards stardom. It was an exhilarating time, a whirlwind of anticipation and hard work. The year was 1978, and the young prodigy had just signed a contract with Warner Brothers Records. It was a significant milestone, a leap of faith for both the artist and the record label, but one that would prove to be a masterstroke. The signing was not without its share of challenges. Prince was a relative unknown with only a handful of demos to his name. But he possessed a raw, undeniable talent that Warner Brothers recognized. They took a chance on him, and in doing so, opened the door to one of the most influential careers in music history. Prince's debut album, For You, was a testament to his musical prowess. It showcased his ability to seamlessly blend genres, from funk and R&B to pop and soul. But perhaps the most impressive aspect of the album was a little-known fact that would soon become a hallmark of Prince's career. On For You, Prince played all 27 instruments featured. It was an unprecedented feat, one that underscored his immense talent and set the stage for his future work. Prince was not just a singer or a songwriter. He was a multi-instrumentalist, a virtuoso who could command any instrument he picked up with a master's touch. From the driving beats of the drums to the soulful melodies of the piano, every note, every rhythm, every harmony on For You was Prince. It was a bold statement, an assertion of his artistic identity, and the world took notice. The album was a success, charting on the Billboard 200 and paving the way for Prince's subsequent breakthrough. It was the start of a journey that would see him become one of the most iconic figures in music, a symbol of innovation, creativity, and unapologetic self-expression. Prince's star was on the rise. His footprint on the music landscape was beginning to take shape, and it was clear that he was destined for greatness. But this was just the beginning, a taste of the brilliance that was yet to come. In 1984, the world was painted purple. A hue so rich, so vibrant, it could only be the color of royalty. In the realm of music, however, it represented the reign of a new king, Prince. This was the year that Prince released his iconic album, Purple Rain, a masterpiece that catapulted him to the apex of international fame. Purple Rain wasn't just an album, it was a cultural phenomenon. It was a bold blend of rock, pop, and funk, a sonic tapestry that was both innovative and irresistible. From the soulful title track to the electrifying Let's Go Crazy, each song was a testament to Prince's musical genius. The album was a commercial juggernaut, selling over 13 million copies in the United States alone. It spent 24 consecutive weeks at the top of the Billboard 200, an impressive feat for any artist. But for Prince, it was simply the beginning. Purple Rain wasn't just confined to the airwaves, it was also a full-length feature film starring none other than Prince himself. The movie, like the album, was a sensation. It grossed over $80 million at the box office, a commendable achievement for a musician-turned-actor. The movie's success solidified Prince's status as a multi-talented artist. His charismatic performance, coupled with his musical prowess, captivated audiences around the globe. More than a musician, Prince was now a bona fide movie star. The impact of Purple Rain was far-reaching. It transformed Prince from a rising star to an international icon. His unique style, his eclectic sound, and his unapologetic individuality resonated with fans across the world. He wasn't just making music, he was making history. But beyond the numbers, beyond the accolades, Purple Rain represented something more. It was a testament to Prince's vision, to his relentless pursuit of creative freedom. It was a bold statement, a declaration of his artistic identity. Prince was now an international superstar. But more than that, he was a trailblazer, a visionary, a legend. The reign of Prince had begun, and the world was a richer, more vibrant place for it. The Purple Rain had begun. With fame came controversy, and Prince was no stranger to it. As his star rose, so did the complexities of his relationship with the music industry. One of the most talked about moments of his career was when he changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol in 1993. This wasn't a whim or a desire to be different, but a strategic move in a battle against his record label, Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, like many record labels, had a firm grip on Prince's music. They controlled the pace of his releases, often limiting him to an album a year. For an artist as prolific as Prince, this was stifling. He felt trapped, a slave to the company, a sentiment he expressed by writing the word on his cheek during public appearances. In a bid to regain control, Prince did the unthinkable. He shed the name that had made him a global icon and adopted a glyph, a combination of the male and female symbols, as his new identity. The world was baffled, and the media dubbed him the artist formerly known as Prince. This move was more than a name change. It was a statement, a rebellion against the constraints of the music industry. This symbol period, as it's often referred to, was a turbulent time in his career. He released several albums independently and through different distributors, trying to break free from his contractual obligations. And then in 2000, as abruptly as it had begun, the symbol era ended. Prince was Prince again. The contractual battles with Warner Brothers had come to an end. His relationship with the company had improved to the point that he re-signed with them in 2014, regaining ownership of his master recordings. Through it all, Prince remained an influential force in music. His name change was a symbol of resistance, a beacon for artists seeking to maintain creative control. His return to the name Prince was a sign of his enduring spirit, a testament to his belief in the power of music above all else. In the mid-80s, a rivalry was brewing. The music world was witnessing a clash of the titans. On one corner we had Prince, the enigmatic performer with a falsetto that could make angels weep. On the other, there was Rick James, the funk pioneer whose raw energy and unapologetic style were as infectious as his music. It all started when the two decided to tour together. Prince was the opening act for Rick James's Fire It Up tour. A pairing that seemed perfect on paper quickly turned into a battleground. Both artists were at the peak of their careers, and their distinct styles led to a heated competition. Prince, with his eclectic blend of funk, rock and R&B, was a stark contrast to Rick James's raw, gritty, in-your-face funk. The tension between the two was palpable. Rick James accused Prince of copying his act, from his risque stage antics to his flashy wardrobe. Prince, on the other hand, remained largely silent, letting his music do the talking. The feud escalated, with both artists trying to outdo each other on stage, pushing the boundaries of their performances to the limit. But as with all great rivalries, there was a level of respect beneath the surface. Despite the feud, both artists admired each other's talent and contribution to the world of music. They were two sides of the same coin, each bringing their unique flavor to the funk genre. As the years passed, the feud between Prince and Rick James cooled down. When Rick James fell on hard times, Prince was one of the few who reached out to offer help. And when Rick James passed away in 2004, Prince paid tribute to his former rival during a concert, acknowledging the significant impact James had on his career and the music industry. In the end, the rivalry between Prince and Rick James was more than just a feud. It was a testament to their passion for music, their fierce individuality, and their unyielding commitment to their craft. Even amidst rivalry, respect endured. In his final years, Prince showed no signs of slowing down. In fact, he seemed to be just getting started all over again, as if the previous decades of his career were just a warm-up. He continued to amaze the world with his music, releasing albums that showcased his immense talent and creativity. This was a man who could not be confined by the boundaries of age or time. Prince was never one to rest on his laurels or dwell on past glory. He was always looking to the future, always seeking new ways to express his artistry. He was a man of surprises, known for his impromptu concerts that left fans in awe. These surprise performances were not just about creating a buzz or generating headlines. They were a testament to his unwavering passion for music and his desire to connect with his fans on a deeper level. But along with the exhilaration of his music came the tragic news of his death in April of 2016. The world was left in shock, mourning the loss of a music icon. His death was a stark reminder of the fragility of life, even for those who seem larger than life. But let us not dwell on the sadness of his departure. Instead, let us celebrate his life and his legacy, which continues to resonate in the world of music. His influence is far-reaching, touching artists across genres and generations. He pushed boundaries, challenged norms, and forever changed the way we think about music. His creative spirit lives on in the countless musicians he inspired and the fans who continue to cherish his music. Prince was more than just a musician. He was an innovator, a trailblazer, a symbol of artistic freedom. He was a man who taught us that music is not just about sounds and melodies, but also about emotion and expression. He showed us that music can be a powerful tool for change, a way to challenge the status quo and express our deepest feelings. Prince's Purple Rain may have ended, but his music lives on. His legacy is a testament to his enduring impact on the world, a lasting reminder of his extraordinary talent and his unwavering dedication to his craft.